This next video addresses some concerns, misconceptions, and frequently asked questions that we've heard. This is our sixth year of doing Jasper, and we've heard quite a lot of misunderstandings in our years of running this program and building this program. So I want to make sure that everyone understands some of the most frequently misunderstood components. One thing that we hear from some students is that they don't want to do Jasper because they've been burned by a group project in the past, and like, my group never does their work. I don't want to do Jasper and work collaboratively. What's nice about Jasper is that if the process of the communication, me educating all the families and students, is effective and that everyone understands what it is, and we have the application process and we have the students in it for the right reasons, we have like-minded students who are all interested in being in Jasper because they want to do project-based learning. That's a big thing, step one. And then on top of that, students have choice. Do you want to work with other people? And if so, who do you want to work with? Or maybe you want to work alone. So giving them that choice really allows us to not hear about group dynamic problems in Jasper when it comes to our academic problem or projects. We also hear a lot that students, they're like, yeah, I like Jasper, but I really want to be with my friends in ninth grade. And this is when I have to remind them that with over 600 incoming ninth graders, the odds that you're going to be in the same class with your friend are slim. There's a lot of sections of, like, for instance, English 9. So it's just, I try and tell kids all the time, please do what is best for you individually as a learner, as a student. Don't make decisions based on other people. It's very much easier said than done with eighth grade students and priorities, but it is something I would love for students to be able to pursue what matter to them. We also hear, for some reason, I don't know where this one came from, that Jasper students might be impacted in their ability to do other stuff after school. And that is completely false. Our Jasper students are student athletes. They perform in musicals and the arts. They are involved in clubs. They have jobs. They are involved in after school activities just as much as every other student at Emmaus High School can be. Our teachers are also very involved in activities and clubs. So, that one's completely true. Our kids are involved. We want them to be involved, and we want them to be, really proud representations of Emmaus High School and the Jasper program in other ways besides just being in Jasper. We also hear that fewer tests must mean that it's easier. This is definitely not true. There's a lot of work that goes into our program and into our projects. There's a lot of time, commitment, dedication, skills needed. There's executive functioning, there's organization, there's time management, there's commitment to not only themselves as an individual, but to other maybe group members for a project. It is definitely not the easy way out. So sometimes it does have this label of being easier because there's, we have the projects versus the tests. That might come easier to some kids, but there's still a lot of work, and we want to make sure that everyone understands that work expectation coming into this program. Jasper and GPAs, there's a lot of discussion about this one. So Jasper courses are offered at the CP level, which means college preparatory. So an A in a Jasper course will, if you did that, that gets you those 4 points. So like that 4.0 GPA. It is true that honors and AP courses are weighted heavier. So that does come into play for some students that are interested in, like, how do you get the highest GPA? That's when I also say, well, an A in a Jasper course with some other honors and AP courses maybe outside of Jasper, maybe that could be something that you'd want to entertain. And this is where a lot of students have different priorities. So if you are interested in learning more about AP and honors coursework and when those can happen and how to get that GPA boost, please reach out to me and we can have an individual conversation about that. I also want to just reemphasize that Jasper is appropriate for kids that are going to college. Sometimes there is that there's stigma out there. There's misunderstandings about this not necessarily being a college-bound pathway. It absolutely is a college-bound pathway. These are the schools that our kids have gotten into. Some of our former graduates are sitting at these institutions right now, and there will be just more and more to come as the years continue to, as we continue to go through more years of the program. And I'll continue to add to the colleges that are accepting our students. And there's also a lot of really neat programs and opportunities that these kids have had going into these different colleges. So I just want to make sure that that is very clear. If your student, your child is going into or wants to go to college in 4 years, this is an absolutely appropriate fit academically for those students.